Welcome to the Handyman System Podcast, your ultimate guide to building and running a successful handyman business. If you are an aspiring or working handyman or contractor and you're looking to learn business pricing, marketing, or automation strategies, you have come to the right place. So join us as we dive into the actual tips and proven strategies to help you nail down your business goals and renovate your path to success. Your hosts are myself, Becca Ellison. I am the CEO of the Handyman System, a marketing agency that helps handyman businesses thrive, and I am often joined by Caleb Ingram, the CEO of North Seattle Handyman. Let's get started. Throwing a website up and just letting it sit there is a huge mistake when it comes to building your business. It's likely costing you money in lost leads. Your phone isn't ringing, your inquiries aren't coming in, and your calendar isn't filling up. Your website might be sitting there looking pretty but doing nothing for your business. This might be a website traffic problem or a website content problem, but at the end of the day, it comes down to being a conversion problem. In this episode, we're going to jump into how to tell if your website's bringing you clients and what to do if it's not. And spoiler alert, it really just comes down to math. But don't worry, I will break it down for you. Let's get into it. Your website needs to convert. And what does that mean? When we talk about a web converting, we're really just talking about this. Does your website get visitors to take action? That action can be filling out an inquiry form, clicking a button to call you, sending you a message. Any of those are considered actions. That's a conversion. And that's what your website's job is to do. Its job is to turn lookers into leads. So if people are landing on your website and nothing is happening, they don't call, they don't book, they just bounce, then your website isn't doing its job, simple as that. But just because somebody lands on your website doesn't mean they're going to inquire. The actual number of people that go to a website and inquire is a lot smaller than you think. A good conversion rate for a handyman website is different than a different industry's website and even a remodel type website. If we're going to talk numbers, let's figure out what is normal when it comes to converting. And we got to think about the fact that your website is bringing you people that do not know you at all. What's called cold traffic. They are not warm traffic. They don't know who you are. There's no trust that's built, and they're just looking at what's available for them. Most websites across all industries convert anywhere from 2 to 5% of the people who land on the website. That means for every 100 visitors that land on a website, only 3 to 5 of them will actually reach out, and then from there, maybe 1 to 2 of them will actually want to book. It's really interesting when you start looking at math instead of emotions to say, okay, how do we make this website work for us? Now for home services, the numbers can look a little different. It's actually a lot better than the normal 3 to 5 because the need is often more urgent. If someone has a leaky faucet or a broken gate, they're not just browsing around for fun, they're looking to book. They have a problem that they need solved. So for a handyman website that's focusing primarily on small jobs and immediate needs, a good conversion rate is typically in the 10 to 13% range. That means for every 100 people that land on your website, maybe 10 of them will reach out to you. But on the flip side, in the same industry of home repairs, like let's say you're in the remodeling side of things where your average ticket of your business is much larger, those visitors take longer to decide. They're going to shop around, they're going to wait, and they want quotes. So remodel focused websites tend to convert closer to that 3 to 5% mark. Now, neither is better or worse. They're just different types of customer journeys and different types of customer needs, but it is important to know which one you're building for your site because your strategy is going to depend on it. You spend all day doing math in your business, from how big or small a cut needs to be, the angle of a trim piece. So when it comes to your website and figuring out how your website's going to play into your revenue, it is the exact same thing. Let's say you are a solo handyman and you want to bring in $8,000 a month. If your average job is about $400, you're going to need to book 20 jobs per month, right? 20 times 400 is 8,000. Most handyman businesses book between 1 out of every 3 inquiries. So you actually need 60 people to reach out to you to get those 20 jobs. Now, every time you change a number, the math shifts, right? But it's eye-opening to see how it works. If you need 60 people to reach out to get 20 jobs to hit your goals, and your website has a 5% conversion rate, you need 1,200 visitors per month. If your website's converting at 10%, that cuts your traffic need in half with only 600 visitors per month to reach your revenue goal. Or if your average job value goes up, let's say it goes up to $600 per job, then for that same 10% converting site, you only need 400 people to get to your website. So if you notice, it's just simple math, and improving your website's conversion rate is one of the fastest ways to hit your income goals without constantly needing more traffic. Now, I want to be clear on this one. This works when you're using your website as the main storefront of your business and you're sending everybody to go through your website. If you're having people inquire in 97 different ways and not using your website as the front door of your business, it's going to be a lot harder to understand what these metrics are, and it's going to be a lot harder to understand how to make changes that you can affect. The next issue is if you have a great website that converts at 10, 15, maybe even 20%, but no one is seeing it, you're not getting any traffic. That is a problem, right? If your website converts well, but you're still only getting 50 visitors a month, that's just 5 leads at a 10% conversion. And if you're booking 1 to 3 of those, that's only 1 to 2 jobs a month. So even if your website's amazing and nobody is seeing it, it's not going to be able to do its job. So you want to get as many people as possible to your website because it's your number one marketing asset. And this is where traffic should come from, right? There's 5 different main areas to get traffic to your website. The fastest is to do ads. You're going to get instant results, but you have to pay to play. And in all businesses, it's common for people to pay for their leads, either in time or money to get leads. If you want fast results, ads are the way to go. And I suggest running ads on either Google search or Facebook ads. Google also has LSA ads, but I do not suggest them as a solo business owner unless you're able to answer the phone, because the LSA ads, it's based off of phone calls, right? And if you aren't answering the phone, then you're paying money for people to not be able to answer the phone. Okay, so that's ads, number 1, the fastest, but also most expensive route. Then there is SEO, which is search engine optimization. And I'm going to add in AI to this as well. This is how Google will put you in front of the people who go to Google and search handyman near me or TV mounting in your city, right? The third way is your Google business profile. It is free. It shows up in local search and can link directly to your website, but only if it's set up right. It's considered local SEO. So just by having a Google business profile doesn't mean you're going to show up for larger cities, but having it optimized and getting reviews will help. Next is referrals, right? Referrals, word of mouth. These people are going to convert at a much higher rate than the cold traffic you might get from ads or SEO because they have a warm connection to you. They are your past clients, your friends saying, hey, you should hire this person. They also need to go through your website, but they will help make sure that your conversion rate is higher. So having a simple website makes it really easy for clients and friends to say, hey, go check out their website. You can inquire right there, not just here's their number, which you cannot track. And then the 5th one is things like social media, flyers, truck wraps. These are great, but only if they point back to your website. You don't want to make people dig through your Instagram to figure out how to book with you, right? You want to make it super duper abundantly clear at every direction for people to go to your website. Next, we're going to talk about how to fix a website that's not converting. If you're getting that traffic, you're like, okay, great, I'm running ads, but no one's booking. There's a conversion problem, and here's how we can check and see what the problem is and how to fix it step-by-step point. Number 1, you need to follow the data, right? You need to look at your numbers. How many people are landing on your website? How many people are filling out the form or calling you? You cannot fix what you cannot see, so you want to have Google Analytics, tracking links, things like that, so you can see how people are engaging with your website. And when you set up your website with us via our ReadyRoll systems and ReadyRoll websites, we build that in for you so that you know exactly what's going on. Next, You want to make it clear. You want to have one clear call to action. You don't want people to be choosing between 3 different options because they're going to get confused. You want to guide them straight to what you want them to do. Request a quote, book a service, schedule a free estimate, give us a call. One of those things at max 2. We suggest always the form because then you have all of the data from there. Next, you want to make sure you put that call to action, that button, the one thing that you want them to do specifically everywhere on your website. It's on your homepage, your services page, your about page, everywhere. You want to make it super clear so when they go, I'm ready to inquire, the button to have them go to that page is immediately there. You want to spell it out. Tell them what to do and what's going to happen next. Instead of just saying, hey, contact us, say, click below to schedule your handyman service. We'll reach out within 1 to 2 business days to confirm details. That little bit of extra clarity is going to build trust and makes people even more likely to act. There are personal things that you can do on your website that are huge trust builders as well. And it's huge for handyman and home service businesses. And because people are inviting you into their home, you want to make sure that they feel safe. So a photo of you and your team so they know who's showing up. You want a friendly about section with your name, your background, a little bit about you. You want to show before and after photos on your website so that they can see what they can expect and they can see that visual of how good of a job you're going to do. And then you want to have reviews or testimonials, especially with photos or names if possible, or you can pull them in from your Google business profile. Now, all of this is going to build confidence. You go from a random handyman guy on the internet to a real person they're going to feel comfortable reaching out to. Next, make sure they understand the process. People don't like uncertainty. They don't know what it's like working with you. They want to know what happens after they fill out the form. Walk them through it. Create a simple 3-step process. Request your service. We'll follow up to confirm and schedule, and then sit back while we take care of it. It doesn't have to be fancy, but you just want to be clear so they understand the next steps. Another mistake I see is providing links or icons that send people off your website, like social media icons. You don't want somebody to look at your social media from your website. You don't want somebody to go from your website, see your Instagram, click over to Instagram, and then all of a sudden they're in the funny cat distraction loop and they forgot all about you. Your Instagram should be used to bring people to your website, not the other way around. So if you want to have your social media icons, put them in the footer. Don't make them super obvious. Your goal is to keep them on the site once they get there. Every second they spend not booking and not going to the call to action is a chance they're going to click away. The next thing you can do is make your phone number clickable and trackable, especially on mobile. There's a link that you can add to all phone numbers that just say TEL : and then the phone number turns it into a link that they can tap and call. And that will allow you to also track and see, hey, how many times did somebody click on this? How do you know if they called you or not? And that's how you can know if it's converting. So to recap, if your site's not converting, there are things that you can look at. You want to make it simple, personable, and trust building. Because your website is your digital handshake, it needs to feel just as warm and reassuring as if you met them at the front door. So to wrap everything up, the 2 things to walk away with today is that if your website isn't helping you hit your goals, you're not getting enough traffic, or your website is not built to convert. But the great thing is they're both fixable. Clear messaging, strong call to action, traffic from SEO, ads, referrals, social media. Your website can become your hardest working salesperson, and it should be the place where people go to learn about you, trust you, and book you. Now, if you want to know if your website is working the way it should, we offer website audits for handyman businesses. You can go to handymansystem.com and reach out and we can break it all down for you. If you do not have a website, I would highly recommend going to readyrollwebsites.com and learn about our website and systems to build your authority and make people want to book you. That's all for today. So go ahead and subscribe, leave a review, and share this with any other home service pro who needs their website to do something for them. Talk to you later.